Good morning, children. Welcome to physics class. Have you studied a previous chapter? We were discussing about what is force and kinds of forces, contact and non-contact forces and pressure. So, this chapter we are going to study continuation of previous chapter. I am introducing you two situations in your daily life. Maybe you may slip when you walk on a banana peel. So when you on the road, banana peel is there. Then what? When you are walking fastly, when we slip, you may slip. What will happen? You may slip when you walk on a banana peel. Why? There you are slipping. Then similarly, it is very difficult to walk on a smooth and wet floor. Sometimes your most houses maybe nowadays tiled floor only or granite. There some oil presence will be there or water presence will be there. When you walk fastly, you may slip there. These cases, why you are slipping? Reason when you study, we will reach to a kind of force that we are learned previously, which is a contact force. Can you tell that force, name of that force? It is force of friction. Force of friction. So, we are slipping when you walk on a banana peel because this force is magnitude of this force very low. Similarly, smooth and wet floor, the friction is reduced. Since the frictional force is reduced there, we are not able to walk properly. You may fall because friction helps to walk properly, or you are able to run because of friction only. About that only this chapter we are learning. What is friction? Already we learned it is a contact force. Contact force. Then what you learned about the friction previous chapter? It is due to irregularities on the surfaces in contact. It is due to irregularities. Beforehand we learned, previous chapter we learned, friction is caused between two surfaces in contact, two moving objects where it opposes motion. It opposes motion, opposes speed. It opposes speed. It opposes speed because it is against force only, applied force only. It is against applied force only. So against applied force only. So, it is a contact force. It opposes motion against the applied force, so that objects come to rest after traveling certain distance because of force of friction. That we came to know the previous chapter. This chapter we are learning how friction is caused. How friction is caused and what are the factors affecting friction. These are factors we are discussing in this chapter. Friction is caused when we observe a surface where friction is caused. Suppose this is a surface, here plane maybe, but when we observe we can see minute irregularities. What you can find here? Irregularities. You can find irregularities. This minute irregularities you can find out. These minute irregularities between two surfaces lock into one another. So irregularities, what they do? Lock into one another. Irregularities lock into one another. That we call interlocking. So interlocking of irregularities between two surfaces in contact cause force of friction. So when irregularities lock into one another, we say interlocking. Interlocking. So this interlocking between two surfaces in contact causes friction. So this is the reason for friction. So friction is due to irregularities between two surfaces in contact, and these irregularities, what they do? Interlock. They lock into one another. Then it reduces speed of the object when it moves on a floor. That's why it will come to rest after traveling certain distance. Then dear children, friction will be affected by the nature of the surface. When we observe two surfaces, smooth surface and rough surface. So according to the nature of the surface, we have two surfaces are there: smooth, opposite rough. Rough surface. Smooth surface friction lesser. Rough surface friction more. So for increasing friction, we have to increase the roughness of the surface. To increase the friction, what we have to do? Increase the roughness. So when we increase roughness, friction will be more. So to reduce friction, what we have to do? We have to make the surface smooth. So even though surface appears smooth, you can find minute irregularities. Minute irregularities. These irregularities are enough to have friction there. So any surface when you observe, there you can find minute irregularities even though it appears as smooth. So what is the reason for friction? Friction is caused by irregularities between two surfaces in contact. And these irregularities, what they do? These irregularities interlock. So interlocking of irregularities increases friction. So dear children, there are two features for friction. It is a contact force. It opposes motion. So it reduces speed of the object when object is moving. It reduces speed of the object when object is moving. There are three types of friction in your textbook mentioned. One, static. Static friction. What is meant by static? When object is at rest, we say static friction. Suppose table, desk, bench in your classroom, it is in the state of rest and its legs in contact with the floor, the leg of table in contact with the floor. Even we apply little force, will it move? It will not move. We have to apply sufficient force, then only it starts to move. So, how much force we apply to overcome friction, when object starts moving. At the instant object starts moving is the measure of static friction. So what is the measure of static friction? The amount of force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving. So even object at rest, it is in contact with the floor only. When it will be in contact with the floor, there is sufficient time they are getting for interlocking. So we need to apply more force, then only we can overcome friction. After overcoming friction only, it starts to move. So how much force we applied, that force only the measure of which friction? Static friction. Then the next type of friction is sliding friction. Sliding friction. When object slide over another, when one object slide over another, one object at rest over that another subject is sliding. That cases, the force arises to maintain that speed. That force is called sliding friction. So sliding friction is the force required to maintain that same speed when one object is slide over another. So sliding friction and static friction, when we compare, which is greater? Static friction is greater than sliding friction. Static friction is greater than sliding friction. Why? Because compare static friction, compare sliding friction. In the case of static friction, objects are in contact for a long period of time and it gets enough time for interlocking. It gets enough time for interlocking, so that static friction is greater than sliding friction. For example, one box or any object on a floor, the box surface and floor are in contact, or when the object is pressed on the floor, so pressing causes interlocking. So there get enough time for interlocking. On the other hand, the case of sliding, one object in motion only. Sliding means motion only now. Then interlocking, for interlocking there sufficient time will not get. For interlocking sufficient time will not get. So static friction is greater than sliding friction. The last one type of friction is, third type is rolling friction. Rolling friction. When one object rolls over another, the force causes there is the measure of rolling friction. So rolling friction is a friction or force when one object rolls over another, then rolling reduces friction. Rolling reduces friction. That's why to keep things on the platform of a lorry or anything, we roll on a log and they load the things on the floor, a platform of a lorry, because their rolling friction is reducing friction. So comparing all the frictions, the magnitude of rolling friction is very less only. So according to increasing order of magnitude, we can tell rolling friction is very low in magnitude, then after sliding, then after static. Because static friction case, they are getting sufficient time of interlocking. But on the case of sliding and rolling, they are interlocking. For the interlocking, sufficient time is not getting. So dear children, today's class concluded by 3 types of friction only: static, sliding and rolling. So among which one have higher magnitude? Static. Then after sliding. Then lowest magnitude for which one? Rolling. Rolling reduces friction. That is the fact we have. Rolling, what they do? Reduces friction. Thank you children.